what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm WillStalker25, and today I got a new action figure review for you guys on the kind of new Marvel Legends What If Build-A-Figure wave, the Watcher, Uatu the Watcher Build-A-Figure. This is the final figure of this What If series of, well, for the Build-A-Figure. There are still two more What If figures that I have coming that I need to review, but this is the finale, I guess, the end of this little, group. I might throw some more figures in this, well, probably not, but I'll throw some more What If figures in somewhere else, but, this guy is pretty cool. I'm happy that we got the Watcher. Spoiler warning really fast if you haven't finished What If, but there is a second form of Uatu in the show. I'm sure you've all seen it probably, but it's kind of more of an armored up look for him, and I would love to see that as like a deluxe or Build-A-Figure. I think that'd be really sick, because this figure is nice and all. I like the sculpt work and everything like that, but it is, you know, kind of hidden, does hide the figure behind all these big robes, and hard to pose the legs, and you can't get them to that many dynamic poses, so a lot of your poses are all going to be the same for him. So I would love to see another Watcher built, and then you get to reuse the head sculpt probably with that, and you know, you could reuse the arms or one of the arms or the legs or something, who knows. But yeah, I would like to see them do another Watcher at some point, because this is pretty cool, and I do like having him. Now, this guy is pretty nice, I will say, for like a Build-A-Figure. He's pretty big, pretty tall, but like the articulation is all kind of limited with him. So like the head, you could look up that far with him. And he's very like top heavy. He's got very thin little feet. So yeah, you could look up that far. You could look up down that much with him, and then you get some crazy side to side with it because of how the ball is in there. Now the arms do go up and out that far for him, so pretty good. You can do a full 360 with both. Now the left arm though does have an upper bicep cut because of the fact that it's not in a robe. I kind of wish this one had it, but then it would break up the robe look. So you do get a single jointed elbow on the right side, which only gets you that far. Both the wrists swivel and hinge, by the way. They are horizontal hinges, not vertical. And then for the left elbow, you do have a double jointed, and it's pinless as well, which is very nice. So you could get it closed this much. It actually gets blocked by the cloak a little bit there. So yeah, you could get the arm up and closed that much, which is very nice. And then, so that's the left arm, that's the right arm. So you got two different articulation styles, which is kind of interesting. I love the sculpt work though on the actual like robe though. I kind of wish he almost had two arms, like where you could have him two bare arms or two like robed arms, almost, which they had that option, because there were so many What If figures that they could have just made a very like large wave and done two different sets of arms, you know, for the Watcher, and had both. I think that would have been nice, especially if they gave like one set fist, one set like open hands, so then you could like switch them around, have extra hands too. Now the diaphragm kind of joint gets you that far forward and that far back, kind of leaves this ugly look here. You get a little bit of side to side, but not much. I believe this was 3 different pieces here for it. So you have the upper bit, the large dress, like skirt thing, and then was there a lower bit? I can't remember if there was a lower bit. Maybe it was just, this is all one piece, I think, and then the legs plugged into it, and the arms plugged into it. Yeah, you can't get any like leg articulation on him because of the robe. Now he does have double jointed knees, but you're not going to be able to use it with this. There's just no way with this big old tube of like rubbery plastic. You're just not going to get any articulation out of that, unfortunately. So that's pretty much it for the Watcher's articulation. You get the cloak as well. The cloak can come off. It's got this extra back piece that plugs in. So if you wanted to take the cloak off of him, this is what he would look like without it. And the ankles are very weak with this figure because of how heavy he is, like top wise. But that's a look at him without that. It's kind of weird looking, honestly. So without the robe, I'm just gonna keep the robe on him. But yeah, I mean, honestly though, this figure is very nice. I'm happy that we got a Watcher. I would love to get a comic Watcher at some point instead of like the animated Netflix ones, or not Netflix, Disney Plus. Jeez, I've been rewatching Daredevil, so got Netflix on the brain right now. But yeah, very nice, very nice. So let's do a quick height check on your Daredevil, on your Uatu. I believe he is. Ooh, wow, he's actually pretty tall. The Watcher stands to the top of his head. He is about 8 3/4 inches. To the very tippity top of his robe, he's right under 9 inches tall. So I think you guys can see that on the camera. So he's very big, very large. By the way, at the end of this video, I will be doing a review of all the other like figures in the wave of like a big like my favorite, least favorite, best to worst list type thing, ranking them. So I'll be including that at the end of the video. Now here he is really quick with the Hydra Stomper, actually, for a size comparison. So as you can see, the Hydra Stomper is quite large in comparison to him. I will have a review coming for the Hydra Stomper probably this week or next week. This is going to be our Thursday video this week. I didn't do a Tuesday. I'm just trying to get back in the hang of recording again. I'm a little rusty. Here he is with a comic Thanos. So they look pretty good. He's a lot bigger, a lot taller. And I guess we'll do another Build-A-Figure. This is part of the Armadillo wave. Armadillo. So as you can see, like Armadillo's shorter, but the Watcher is like the Watcher's way taller, but the Armadillo is like way wider than him. But then again, if you count like the wideness of the cape, like I mean, kind of the same. But that's what I have for Armadillo so far. I'm missing both arms. But yeah, let's look at him with some other lines really quick. Here he is with your Mezco Stealth Iron Man. And your Jazzware Halo Series 3 Master Chief. So as you look at both of them, what's next? We'll get out your Star Wars The Black Series Captain Rex, and your Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Thunder Red Ranger. So here's both of those guys. A lot taller. Very big boy here. Let's get your Reveltech All Might out. Your Mafex Batman. Now Batman is on the little like mat here, so he's gonna be a tiny hair taller than what he normally would be. Your Figma Samus. And then lastly, we'll do your SH Figure Arts. Now this is a new figure I just got. I think he came out last year. It's part of the Ultraman. It's like Ultraman version like 7, 5, something like that. It's from the Netflix show, which I did watch a little while ago. But it's very cool. I will be reviewing him very soon. He had a really awesome sale recently, so I picked him up. But yeah, there's your size comparisons with Uatu the Watcher. Very nice. Very cool wave, honestly, of figures. Like I said, though, I would have almost liked it if they would have included 2 more figures in the wave, or, you know, thrown in with the zombie Captain America Build-A-Figure piece, and then done 2 of these arms for either side, and 2 of these arms for either side. I think that would have been pretty cool. So then you had both robes, both non-robes, like, you know, different looks for the Watcher that you could have created yourself, even though in the show you sold, they probably look like this. But it's been a while. It's been like a couple, I think, like 2 months since I've watched What If. So yeah, whatever. Good show though. Now we're watching Hawkeye. Hawkeye comes out in like an hour from when I'm recording this, so I'm very excited. Yeah, pretty great Build-A-Figure. I mean, from the upper body, you know, he's got good articulation. Lower body, not so much, just because of the whole leg situation. So you can't really use them behind the cloak, the dress robe, but whatever. Oh well. Now would I say this figure was worth getting, you know, the other 6 figures in the wave, 7 figures if you count Captain America, Zombie Cap to, you know, build this guy? Maybe. I think a lot of the figures you probably could wait for on sale. I don't think this is like a must-have build a figure. Obviously, if you're a comic book fan, if you're a MCU fan and you want everything, then yeah, the Watcher's, you know, great. Um, but yeah, this is, I mean, I think you could, you know, slide him into a comic display. I think he, you know, I think he could work there. So it's a great build a figure. I think he's definitely worth it. So there's a look at all of them together in a big old group. Now, Sylvie wasn't obviously part of the What If show, and Spider-Man didn't interact with the rest of these guys in you know, the show. Spoiler for that, but yeah. So I think overall these guys look really good. Now, I did steal that Eye of Agamotto from a different Doctor Strange to throw on this one, but I think overall though, out of this entire wave, I don't have Zombie Captain America. I didn't want him. I like the Marvel Zombie episode, kind of, but I didn't like the I don't care for the figure. I have no displays that can incorporate him in, so I just didn't want it. I know a lot of people love it, and a lot of people say it's a really great figure. I would assume it's probably a lot of reused sculpts from previous MCU caps, just with holes in them and different paint, but I just don't care for it. So by default, my worst figure for this wave and my least favorite is Zombie Captain America, just because I didn't want it. So yeah, that's my least favorite. That's my worst one. Just gonna get that right out of the way. My favorite, or my second least favorite, at the bottom of the list would be probably Nebula. She's a great figure, but I think she's articulation-wise just kind of limited on what I would like her to do. I don't really care for this look. I think you probably could use this as like a comic book one, if anything, like a comic book Nebula probably. What I intend on doing is just taking one of the Nebula heads off of that like time the quantum suit like 2-pack from Target or whatever is from a while ago, the normal Nebula, just throwing her on there and saying she doesn't have the robot arm or whatever, because I don't have a normal Nebula in my collection, so this is my only one. So yeah, unfortunately this head loses the body. Next up, my next least favorite in this group here is probably Uatu himself. I think he's a great build-a-figure. I think he's a really cool figure. I'm glad to have him, but he's so limited on the lower body for articulation and everything, and I mean, I don't think there's going to be, I don't know. I feel like we'll see more of him in What If Season 2 and everything like that, and I hope we see Uatu in a live-action movie at some point, but I think he's just, for right now, there's so little I could do with this figure that, and I don't think I needed it, that he's just kind of meh, you know? So he's my third, you know, third on the bottom, third least favorite or whatever out of the 8 figures. Then Spidey. I think Spidey not having the web lines is kind of upsetting. I don't like the random like blood on him in the beat up spots. I would have rather had him be clean, had the web lines painted in. He would have been a great Spider-Man. Other than that, if I could figure out a way to get rid of like the bloody spots and the beat up spots on him, maybe put in with the Gundam marker the lines myself, I think he'd be great. But other than that, you know, right now we have Zombie Captain America, which I don't have, Nebula, Uatu, Spider-Man. Next up is probably Sylvie, I would say. This was my most anticipated figure in the wave, was Sylvie initially. I just think that with the cloak that she has not being soft goods, and I can't remember, is she double jointed elbows? No. And with the single jointed elbows and everything like that, I think she's just very limited in what she has. So I think she's my next least favorite, but I really like her as a figure though. So just because she's, you know, not in the top 3, she's my 4th favorite, doesn't mean she's a bad figure. Next up, oh man, probably Star-Lord T'Challa. I did not like this figure when I first seen him. He's slowly growing on me. I love the color scheme. The character was awesome in the series. It's a great figure, everything about it. But that's my 3rd favorite. Next is Doctor Strange, surprisingly, number 2. My other one that I didn't care for at all, didn't really like the look of it, after seeing the episode and everything like that, and now having the figure in hand, giving them some upgrades of that, and, taking some other pieces from the No Way Home Doctor Strange if you give it to him. This is a fantastic figure, a fantastic Doctor Strange, and I really like him. Um, and then lastly, my favorite figure of the wave is Captain Carter. I really like her. I think the head sculpt could pass as live action. Um, Obviously, the hair looks a little bit, animated, but the face sculpt itself, I think, looks live action as, you know, as much as you could probably get and bypass it in. I love the design of the suit. I love the shield. The articulation's great. She's got double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. The feet stand well. She's not like normal typical female figures where they can't stand that well. The only thing I can't remember if she came with fists. If she No, she did. She did. Okay. I see it. So she came with an open hand and open fist. I don't know if she came with both. I can't remember 100% off the top of my head. So she only had one fist, and I wish she came with both. But otherwise, she's my favorite character of the wave. I was so excited to get the stealth one. I'm going to have a review for that soon. So that's going to do it for this video. It's been quite long. I'm going to have to edit this down. Probably. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully you liked my, ranking of the figures. And I know there's so many people out there that are going to disagree because their favorites from this wave is probably Zombie Captain America. And I'm sorry I crapped on a little bit, but I just don't care for a zombie figure. I don't need it. I'm not like overly attached to it. I'm kind of over the whole zombie thing in shows and video games and movies and stuff like that. I think the What If I'm excited to watch the What If Zombies show, but I think that's one of my least anticipated Disney Plus shows coming. So sorry about, crapping on that figure. But I know a lot of people like it, and I'm sure it's a great figure. I just have nowhere to put it, and I need to kind of cut back, and I'm not going to buy the figure just to review it. So, yeah, that's, unfortunately my least favorite. But let me know in the comments below, what is your ranking for this whole group of awesome figures here with, Zombie Cap included? I think I was kind of fair on them, and I think, a lot of people probably are similar rankings on where they'd put things, but, yeah, let me all know all that. If you did enjoy this video or found it helpful in any way, I would always appreciate a like down below, as well as a subscribe if you are new and haven't done so already. It does help the channel quite a lot. Thank you all so much for the 100 subscribers that we hit. It was the end of the year goal, and I really appreciate it. I guess I'm aiming for 150 now. That's the new goal that we're trying to hit. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, if you haven't done so, you could go check out the gameplay channel, the Twitch account, and the Twitter, where I keep you guys updated when videos come out. Whenever I'm kind of up to. Been a little silent over there lately. And the gameplay, I might be playing Halo Infinite. That did just drop yesterday, so I'm looking forward to it. Gonna be playing it, so I'm recording a couple reviews now to get them out of the way for this week and some of next week maybe, so then I could be hands-free and just dive into Infinite and play it, maybe record it and post it over there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one, and we'll probably be reviewing maybe the Hydra Stomper or another Halo set of World of Halo figures tomorrow, and then I think we'll be just calling it with 3 reviews this week. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next video, and yeah, see everyone.